So hello class. Actually, today we are going to study about the one of the table given in the NCERT, that is table number 7.5. That actually contains the different oxoacids of phosphorus, their formula, structures, and the methods of preparation in the laboratory. So the important thing is this table actually consists of the different formulas and their structures, along with how to know which of the oxoacids of phosphorus will be a more basic and having a reducing nature. How to know that which of the phosphorus acid or oxoacid of phosphorus is actually having tendency to disproportionate. So regarding all this, we have to be learn the table number 7.5 and with all the structures given in figure 7.4. Then we'll start the group 16 elements oxygen family. One by one, you can see on the board, there are different oxoacids of phosphorus is already written. Starting from the first, S3PO2, that is actually known as phosphinic acid. The technique to draw the structure of all these, that the all phosphorus acid, the one thing is common, phosphorus always form at least one phosphorus double bond O, and there are always present at least one OH attached with phosphorus. Then only we can call them the oxoacids of phosphorus. So the thing common in all the structure is phosphorus double bond and phosphorus bond with OH. That is actually common thing. So let us start the drawing the geometry of the different molecules given here. Suppose we try to draw the phosphinic acid, phosphinic S3PO2. So there will be phosphorus double bond O and OH. That is common thing in all the structures. So whenever you are starting the drawing the structure of geometries of the different molecules, you have to draw first, that is P double bond O and OH, and remaining hydrogen, if the hydrogens are remain there, so that will be attached with the phosphorus or oxygen depending upon availability. You can see there are only 2 oxygen, so all the 2 oxygens are used here. So the remaining 2 hydrogens directly make the bond with phosphorus, and that is the first structure of phosphinic acid. Another thing which is common in all the structure, that all the structures are tetrahedral. All the structures are tetrahedral. Even the phosphorus must be make a bond at least 5, but the structures will be always tetrahedral because of the phosphorus double bond with oxygen at least. So whenever you are going to draw the structures, the 2 or 3 things should be common in all the structures. That is, phosphorus double bond oxygen should be there, phosphorus OH bond at least 1 should be present, and structures should be tetrahedral. For example, in the next case, that is called phosphorus acid. You can see the structure. Again, the same pattern. First, I will draw phosphorus double bond O, then OH. You can see here one more oxygen present. So that oxygen must be contain hydrogen and attached with phosphorus in the form of OH. And if the hydrogen remain in the formula, that will be attached with the phosphorus directly. That is the structure of S3PO3. The common name is phosphorus acid, also known as orthophosphorus. also known as orthophosphorus, but common name is phosphorus acid. The same pattern will be applicable for the H4P2O5. Let's draw the structure again. One more thing. Suppose the number of phosphorus atom is repeated, 2 phosphorus, 3 or 4 phosphorus, there is 2 possibility of the making a bond. The first possibility, phosphorus bond with phosphorus, called PP bond. Either there will be possibility the bonding of the phosphorus bridging with oxygen, then phosphorus. That is called POP bond. That is called POP bond. This will depend upon the odd number of oxygen. If there is odd number of oxygen in the formula, there must be a POP bond formation. POP bond formation. So you can see that there will be POP bond. Here also will be POP bond, and here also will be POP bond. All these 7 structures, the 3 structures having POP bond, and remaining pattern will be same as the above. So in H4P2O5, first I will draw POP bond, then we will follow the pattern P double bond O, then we'll follow the pattern of OH, and if still there is any possibility, of hydrogen, then the hydrogen will attach with the phosphorus directly. You can see from the structure, from the formula, 2 phosphorus, 4 oxygens, 5 oxygens are utilized. 2 hydrogens remain in the formula. That will be like this. You can see the structure again. The structure is tetrahedral. The structure is tetrahedral. See the structure. The structure of one center, that is called first center, having tetrahedral structure. Second center is also having tetrahedral, and 2 tetrahedral structure is bridging with oxygen atom because of odd oxygen present. H4P2O5, the name is pyrophosphorus. Pyrophosphorus. Now we are having a H4P2O6. H4P2O6. Whenever there is even number of oxygen, there will not be formation of a POP bond. POP bond will not formed. All the oxygen will directly attach with only a individual phosphorus. So make a bond here. Our name is H4P2O6 hypophosphorus. Hypophosphorus. So try to make a bond. There will be PP bond. Then will double bond oxygen as the same pattern, and remaining oxygen. There are 4 more oxygen that will make a bond like you can see the structure. That all 4 hydrogen is present as the acidic hydrogen. All 4 hydrogen present as the acidic hydrogen, because all 4 hydrogen bonded with oxygen, and whenever hydrogen present with oxygen or bonded with oxygen, that will be polarized easily and available for the acidic nature of the molecules. Acidic nature of molecule is actually depend upon the polarity of the hydrogen bond with any other element. If the hydrogen bonded with oxygen or any halogens, generally they having a tendency to release in the aqueous solution, and so acidic nature. So you can see all 4 hydrogens having tendency to ionize in the solution and will act as an acidic hydrogen. In a molecule, always 2 different types of two different types of hydrogens present. The one is called acidic hydrogen, the other is called non-acidic hydrogen. For example, in the first structure, you can see the one hydrogen is only acidic hydrogen. Other two hydrogens are called non-acidic because they will not ionize in the aqueous solution. So the first structure, phosphinic acid is actually a less acidic because of the availability of low concentration of hydrogen ion in aqueous solution. Let's move towards the next structure, H3PO4, phosphoric acid, a very common structure. You can see the phosphoric acid, there is no any hydrogen present with the phosphorus bond. Phosphorus, all the hydrogens bonded with the oxygen. The same pattern will follow for the H4PO7. The name is pyrophosphoric acid. Again, there will be POP bond because of odd oxygen. All four hydrogen and oxygen attached with phosphorus and hydrogen. All hydrogen is actually bonded with oxygen, so no availability of hydrogen phosphorus bond. The same way, now we have a polymer of the oxo acids. Polymer HPO3, you can see there is an n number of particle. So n might be here. Suppose I'm taking here at least 3. 3. If I'm taking here n equal to 3, polymer, so at least the n should be 3. For polymerization, the number of repetition of the molecule or units should be at least 3 or more than 3. So in the case of 3, this structure can make two different types of geometry. The one is called cyclic geometry, which is more stable than a linear geometry. So HPO3 thrice actually make a cyclic structure like a benzene. And there will be POP bond 3 times. Three times POP bond. As usual, the pattern should follow here also. Phosphorus will make a bond P double bond O. The pattern will be followed in each and every case. You can see again, phosphorus having the P double bond O, POP bond and POH bond. This is called HPO3 thrice. HPO3 thrice. If there will be more possibility like more than 8 or 9 or 10, there will be a linear structure of this polymer metaphosphoric bonds. This is called cyclo-trimetaphosphoric. This is called cyclo-trimetaphosphoric. In the book, I think this is given. In the book, the structure number 7.4, figure number 7.4, second last. That is given cyclo-trimetaphosphoric acid. Same way you can draw the polymetaphosphoric structure. What is important? Important thing is the oxidation number of the different phosphorus in the structures, acidic nature, basicity, and reducing nature, which is really important. Reducing nature. Class in second book, class 12 in second book, there is one chapter that is called amines, where the reducing agent, as a reducing agent, one of the phosphoric acids is actually used. That will be, you have to be learned in the section of amines chapter. Chapter number, I think, 4. Second book, chapter number 4, amines. You can see. Now let's learn about acidic nature and reducing nature of the compounds. So actually this is depend upon if the molecules contain P bond H, if the molecule contain P bond H, this bond is responsible for reducing nature of the molecule of oxoacid of phosphorus. If the P bond H is available, the molecule will be a reducing agent and act like a reducing agent. And the POH bond responsible for the acidic nature of the molecule. This is the condition of oxo possibility. Oxo acid, because we have a POH bond. So you can see all the structures. The first structure there is 2 pH bond. 2 pH bond. So that's why the first molecule will be a most reducing. First molecule will be a most reducing. That is called phosphinic acid. Learn this name because this agent will be used in the reduction of diazonium chloride in the amine structure. One of the compound will come that is called diazonium chloride. So reduction of diazonium chloride into benzene directly we are using this is reducing agent called phosphinic acid. That is given in our syllabus. So you have to be learn phosphinic acid reducing nature is because of 2 pH bond per molecule. H3PO3 also will be reducing but less than H3PO2. H4P2O5 there will be this is also reducing nature. The molecules are also having reducing nature. Other molecules there is non-availability of pH bond, so they all are called a non-reducing. They all are non-reducing. One more thing, all these molecules are non-volatile. Non-volatile, having low tendency of escaping. Having low tendency of escaping, so they are called non-volatile acids. Non-volatile acids. The acidic strength actually increases as the POH bond increases. So you can see per molecule the POH bond in H3PO4 is maximum 3 POH bond. So H3PO4 will be most acidic because per phosphorus atom there will be 3 POH bond. So because of high basicity means number of OH bond present is called basicity. For example, in H3PO2 basicity is 1. This is responsible for basicity means acidic nature of molecule, and this is responsible for reducing nature of the molecule. 2 pH bond, more reducing, more basic, more acidic. Basicity is 1, but this is most basic because of more availability of POH bond. This is all about the different oxidations of the phosphorus. Let's discuss about the one of the section given here that is called oxidation number. Oxidation number. This is in the pattern. The oxidation number in the case of H3PO2, you can calculate the oxidation number now. You can calculate the oxidation number, that will be +1. Oxidation number +1. oxidation number will be here +3. Oxidation number, you can calculate. What will be oxidation number? 5 2s are 10, 4, 6, 2, 3, +3. So you can calculate the oxidation number +5. The maximum oxidation number of phosphorus is actually +5. So in phosphoric +5, here also you can calculate 6 2s are 12, 12, 4, 8. So oxidation number will be 4 +4. Now one more thing. One more type of question is actually associated with this type of structures, and that is the tendency of disproportionation. Whenever the molecules having elements with intermediate oxidation number having tendency to oxidize as well as reduce simultaneously, and this tendency is called disproportionation tendency. For example, phosphorus can vary oxidation number from -3 to +5. Phosphorus having tendency to show oxidation number from -3 to +5. It means if there is oxidation number +1, +3, +4, so they can disproportionate in their solutions in higher and lower oxidation number. For example, which is very common, that is this phosphorus acid on heating, easily disproportionate into phosphoric and phosphine, one of the structure we have. Look here, on heating, there are in your syllabus, there are 3 reactions on disproportionation. The 2 reactions given in P-block and 1 reaction is given D-block, DF block, means DF block chapter. 3 reactions given in the NCERT. And most of the year board is asking one of the question based on disproportionation reaction. Only 3 reactions are given. The one is nitrous acid from the nitrogen family. The one is here phosphorus acid, and the 3rd reaction is given in the DF block chapter. The disproportionation of the copper. So students, you have to be ready for that. Whenever the molecules having element with the intermediate oxidation number, they can disproportionate in higher and lower oxidation number. In phosphine gas, the phosphorus having -3 oxidation number. In phosphoric, there is +5. So +3 changes into +5 as well as -3, called oxidation reduction simultaneously for the same element, and reaction is said to be disproportionation reaction. So learn it. So this table is all about the tendency to show reducing nature, basicity, acidic nature, geometries, and disproportionation tendency of the intermediate element. This is all about. Now we can able to learn and can start the next group, 16 elements, oxygen family. So let's discuss about that.